Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a life where you can speak English confidently. You can express your thoughts clearly. You can talk to anyone in the world without fear. But right now, maybe you hesitate. Maybe words don't come easily. Maybe you feel nervous. What if I told you you don't need boring grammar rules to learning English? You just need a story, a beautiful story, a powerful journey, a story that will not only teach you English but also change the way you see yourself. So sit back, relax, and listen carefully because today your English journey begins. So let's get start the story. The boy who was afraid to speak English. In a small village, there lived a boy named Arjun. Arjun was kind, he was intelligent, he had big dreams. But there was one problem. He was afraid to speak English. Every time he tried, his heart started beating fast. His hands became cold. His voice became weak. At school, when the teacher asked questions in English, Arjun knew the answers, but he stayed silent. His classmates laughed at him sometimes. Why are you so quiet? They said. Arjun smiled, but inside he felt broken. One day, a new teacher came to the school. Her name was Mira. She was different. She didn't shout. She didn't judge. She understood people. On her first day, she asked every student to stand up and introduce themselves in English. One by one, students spoke. Some spoke well, some made mistakes. Then it was Arjun's turn. He stood up slowly. His legs were shaking. My name is Arjun. The class started whispering. He stopped. He sat down quickly. That day he decided something. I will never speak English again. But Mira noticed him. After class, she called him. Arjun, she said softly. Why are you afraid? Arjun looked down. I am not good at English, he said. Mira smiled. No one is born perfect, she said. Even I made mistakes. Arjun looked surprised. You? He asked. Yes, she laughed, Mira. I was once afraid, just like you. Arjun couldn't believe it. How did you improve? He asked. How did you improve? He asked. Mira looked at him and said something that changed his life. I didn't learn English, I lived English. Arjun didn't understand. What do you mean? He asked. Mira said, from today you will not study English. You will feel it, you will hear it, you will speak it slowly. She gave him a small notebook. Every day she said, write one sentence in English, just one. Arjun nodded his head. That night he sat with the notebook. He thought for a long time. Finally he wrote, I am afraid. The next day he showed it to Mira. She smiled. Good, she said. Now say it. Arjun hesitated. Then slowly, I am afraid. Again she said, I am afraid louderly. I am afraid for the first time. Arjun felt something different, not fear but courage. Days passed, one sentence became two, 2 became 5. He started speaking small sentences. I'm happy. I like mango. I want to learn. People still laughed sometimes, but now Arjun didn't stop. One evening, while walking home, he saw a man asking for directions. Can you help me? The man asked in English. Everyone stayed silent. Arjun's heart started beating fast again. But this time he didn't run. He took a deep breath and said, yes, I can help you. It was not perfect, but it was real. That day, Arjun realized something important. Confidence doesn't come first, courage comes first. And courage begins with one small step. After that day, something inside Arjun started to change. He was still not perfect. He still made mistakes, but now he was not afraid of mistakes. Every morning he woke up early. He opened his notebook and he wrote one sentence, then two, then sometimes even 10. One day he wrote, I want to become confident. Another day, I will not give up. Mira checked his notebook every day. She never said, this is wrong. She only said, try again. And slowly Arjun improved his English. One afternoon, Mira gave the class a new task. Tomorrow, she said, everyone will tell a short story in English. The class became excited, but Arjun felt nervous again. A story, he thought, I can't do this. That evening, he sat quietly at home. He looked at his notebook. He remembered Mira's words. Don't study English, leave it. So he tried something different. Instead of writing difficult words, he wrote simple ones. That is, this is my village. I live with my parents. I like the river near my house. He read it again and again. He practiced in front of a mirror. At first, he felt silly, but then he started smiling. The next day, the classroom was full of energy. One by one, students came forward. Some told funny stories, some told long stories, some made mistakes and laughed. Then it was Arjun's turn again. His heart started beating fast. But this time he didn't sit down. He walked slowly to the front. He took a deep breath and began. This is my village. His voice was soft but steady. I live with my parents. The class was silent. No one laughed. I like the river. Now his voice became stronger because it is peaceful. He finished. For a moment there was silence. Then suddenly, clap, clap, clap. The whole class started clapping. Arjun looked up in surprise. Mira was smiling, not a big smile, but a proud one. That moment Arjun will never forget. After class, his friend Rohan came to him. Hey, Rohan said, that was good. Arjun smiled. Really? He asked. Yes, Rohan said. You spoke clearly. For the first time, someone appreciated his English, not laughed, not judged, appreciated. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months, Arjun started doing something new. He started thinking in English. While walking, he said, "The sky is blue." While eating, "This food is tasty." While studying, I can understand this. His world was changing, not outside but inside. One day, Mira gave him a challenge. "Arjun," she said, "from tomorrow, speak only in English with me." Arjun's eyes became wide. "Only English?" he asked. "Yes," she said, "even if it is broken." Arjun was scared again. But now he knew something. Fear is not the end, it is the beginning. The next day he went to Mira. "Good morning, ma'am," he said. "Good morning, Arjun," she replied. "How are you?" she asked. Arjun paused. He thought, then said slowly, "I am fine." Mira nodded. "Very good." That small conversation felt like a big victory. But now every day was easy. Some days he forgot words. Some days he felt embarrassed. Some days people still laughed. And one day he made a mistake in front of the whole class. Everyone laughed loudly. For a moment, old fear came back, strong, heavy, and painful. He wanted to stop again. He wanted to give up. After school, he sat alone under a tree. Mira came and sat beside him. "Bad day?" she asked. Arjun nodded. They laughed again. He said, Mira looked at him and said, "Do you know the difference between you and them?" Arjun shook his head. "They are laughing," she said, "but you are growing." Arjun stayed silent. "Every mistake you make," she continued in one step forward. She picked up a small stone. "See this." She threw it into the river. "Growth is like this," she said. "Small steps, big impact." Arjun looked at the water. Circles were spreading slowly. He understood. That evening, he opened his notebook again, but this time he didn't write, "I am afraid." He wrote, "I am learning." And this time he believed it. Time passed. Arjun was no longer the quiet boy in the classroom. He was still learning, still improving, but now he was trying every day. One morning, Mira walked into the class with a big announcement. Next week, she said, we will have an English speech competition. The class became excited. Some students smiled, some looked nervous, and Arjun felt both. A speech, he thought, in front of everyone. His heart started beating fast again. Mira continued, each student will come on stage and speak for 2 minutes. Then she looked at Arjun. "And Arjun," she said, "I want you to participate." The class turned and looked at him. Arjun froze. "Me?" he asked subtly. "Yes," Mira said. "You are ready?" But inside, Arjun was not sure. That evening, he couldn't focus. He opened his notebook but didn't write anything. What if I forget? What if people laugh? What if I fail? His mind was full of fear again. Later that night, he stood in front of the mirror. He looked at himself. For a moment, he saw the old Arjun, the scared one, the silent one. Then he remembered something. I'm learning. He took a deep breath and said, I can try. The next day, he went to Meera. Ma'am, he said, I'm scared. Meera smiled gently. Good, she said. Arjun looked confused. Good? He asked. Yes, she said. If you were scared, it means this is important. She paused, then added. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is speaking even when you are afraid. Arjun listened carefully. Start simple, Meera said. Write about your life. So Arjun began preparing his speech. He didn't use big words. He didn't try to sound perfect. He wrote from his heart. My name is Arjun. I was afraid to speak English, but now I am trying every day. He practiced again and again, in the morning, in the evening, in front of the mirror. Sometimes he forgot lines, sometimes he made mistakes, but each time he tried again and again. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. The school hall was full. Students, teachers, even some parents. There was a stage in front, a microphone, and a long list of names. Arjun's name was there too. One by one, students went on stage. Some spoke confidently, some made mistakes, some forgot their lines. The audience clapped for everyone. Then Arjun's name was called. Next, Arjun. For a moment, everything felt silent. His legs felt heavy. His hands were cold. His heart was beating loudly. He looked at Meera. She didn't say anything. She just nodded. That small nod gave him strength. Arjun walked slowly to the stage. Each step felt difficult, but he didn't stop. He reached the microphone. He looked at the audience. So many faces, so many eyes. For a second, he forgot everything. His mind went blank. Fear returned, strong, powerful. But then he remembered the first sentence he ever wrote. I am afraid. And the second truth he learned, I am learning. He took a deep breath and began. My name is Arjun. His voice was soft but clear. I was afraid to speak English. The audience listened quietly. I made many mistakes. He paused, then said, and I still make mistakes. A few students smiled, but he continued. I didn't stop. His voice became stronger. I speak every day. I try every day. I learn every day. Now the hall was completely silent. Today, he said, I am still not perfect. He looked around, but I am not afraid anymore. For a moment, there was silence, deep silence. Then suddenly, clap, clap, clap. The entire hall filled with applause, loud, strong, and real. Arjun stood there, not believing it. No one was laughing, everyone was clapping. He looked at Meera. This time, she wasn't just smiling, she was proud. That day, Arjun didn't win first prize, but he owned something bigger. He owned his voice, and once you find your voice, no one can take it away. Understand this. Fear will come again and again. But every time you face it, you become stronger. Arjun didn't become confident first. He became brave first. And bravery created confidence. So if you are waiting to feel ready, don't start now. Speak now. Try now. Because your biggest growth is waiting on the other side of fear. After the speech competition, life didn't suddenly become perfect for Arjun. He still made mistakes, he still forgot to word something, but now something was different. He trusted himself. One Sunday morning, Mira gave Arjun a challenge, a new challenge. Today, she said, you will go outside and speak in English with real people. Arjun's eyes widened. Outside? He asked. With strangers? Mira nodded his head. Yes, real English is outside the classroom. Arjun felt nervous again, but this time he didn't say no. That afternoon, Arjun went to the local market. It was crowded. People were talking loudly, vendors were shouting, everything felt fast, everything felt real. He walked slowly, looking around, thinking, what should I say? Who should I talk to? Then he saw a fruit seller, a simple man, smiling, friendly. Arjun went near him. His heart started beating fast again. But he remembered, start with simple. He took a deep breath and said, hello. The fruit seller looked at him. Yes, he replied. Arjun hesitated for a second, then said, how much is this mango? The man smiled. 80 rupees per kilo, he said. Arjun understood. He felt a small joy inside. Can you give 1 kilo? Arjun asked. Of course, the man said. That was it. A small conversation, but for Arjun. It felt like a big achievement. He walked away smiling. I did it, he thought. I spoke outside. Then something unexpected happened. Near the market, he saw two tourists. They looked confused. They were talking in English, trying to ask for directions. But no one was helping them. Arjun stopped. His mind started racing. Should I go? What if I make mistakes? What if they don't understand me? Fear come back again. But now he knew what to do. He took a deep breath and walked towards them. Excuse me, he said. The tourists looked at him. Yes, they asked. Arjun spoke slowly. Can I help you? The tourists smiled. Yes, we are looking for the temple, one of them said. Arjun listened carefully. He didn't understand every word, but he understood enough. He pointed in a direction. Go straight, then left, then you will see the temple, he said. His sentences were not perfect, but they were clear. The tourists looked relieved. Thank you so much, they said. Arjun smiled. You are welcome, he replied. As they walked away, one of them turned back and said, your English is good. Arjun stood there, still silent, but inside something exploded. Not fear, not doubt, but confidence. For the first time, a stranger appreciated his English. Not his teacher, not his friend, a stranger. That moment changed everything. That evening, Arjun ran to Meera. Ma'am, he said, I spoke with tourists. Meera smiled and she asked, they understood me, he said excitedly. They understood me, he said excitedly. And she asked again, they said my English is good, he said. Meera looked at him and said, now you understand. Arjun nodded. Yes, he said. English is not about perfection, it is about connection. That night, Arjun opened his notebook. He wrote a new sentence. Not, I am afraid. Not even I am learning. He wrote, I can speak. And this time, there was no doubt in his heart. After that day in the market, Arjun felt confident. He started believing in himself. I can speak, he told himself again and again. Days passed, and one day Mira brought a new opportunity. Next month, she said, there will be an inter-school English competition. The class became excited. Students started whispering, this is big, someone said. Yes, Mira nodded. And Arjun, I want you to represent our school. Arjun's heart jumped. Me? He asked. Yes, Mira said. You are ready for the next step? This time, Arjun didn't feel the same fear. He felt excited. I will do it, he said. For the next few weeks, Arjun practiced every day. He wrote a speech. He practiced speaking loudly. He recorded his voice. He corrected his mistakes. He imagined himself on a big stage. People clapping, people smiling. He was ready, or at least he thought he was. Finally, the day arrived. The competition was in a big school in the city. The hall was huge, much bigger than his school. Students from many schools were there, all confident, all fluent, all prepared. Arjun looked around. For the first time in many days, he felt small again. Very small. Can I really do this? He thought. What if they are better than me? What if I fail? His confidence started shaking, slowly, silently. His tone calm. He walked onto the stage. But this time, it felt different. The lights were bright. The audience was bigger. The pressure was heavier. He started, My my name is Arjun, but his voice was not steady. I'm here to he forget his next line. His mind went blank, completely blank. The audience waited. Some students started whispering. Some smiled, some looked bored. Arjun tried to remember, but nothing came. Nothing. His heart started racing. Faster, faster, and faster. I, I, he tried, but the words didn't come. After a few seconds, he stopped, he looked down, and quietly walked up the stage. No apologies, no smiles, just silence. That moment hurt more than anything. After the competition, Arjun sat alone, tears in his eyes. I failed, he said softly. I'm not good enough. All this time, I was just lucky. Mira came and sat beside him. She didn't speak immediately. She waited. She said finally. Arjun looked at her. I failed, he repeated. Mira nodded. Yes, she said calmly. You failed today. Arjun was shocked. He expected comfort, but she didn't say it's okay. She didn't say you did great. But listen carefully. She continued. This is not the end. Arjun stared silently. Do you know why you failed? She asked. Arjun shook his head. Because this time, she said, you were trying to be perfect. Arjun thought about it. It is true. He wanted to impress, he wanted to win, he wanted to everything to be perfect. You forgot something important, Mira said. What? Arjun asked. You forgot to be real. Those words hit him deeply. You spoke well before, she continued. Because you were honest. You spoke from your heart. But today, you spoke from fear. Arjun looked down. He understood. Failure is not your enemy, Mira said. It is your teacher. She stood up. Now tell me, she said, what will you do next? Arjun wiped his tears. He took a deep breath and said, I will try again. The night he opened his notebook, but this time his hand was shaking. Still, he wrote, I failed today. Then he paused, then added, but I will rise again. For the first time, failure didn't break him, it started building him. The night after his failure, Arjun couldn't sleep. Every moment of the stage played again in his mind. Forgetting lines, standing silent, walking away. It hurt. But this time, he didn't run from the pain, he faced it. The next morning, he went to Mira. Ma'am, he said, I want to improve. Mira smiled. Good, she said. Now you are ready to learn deeply. Tell me, she asked, What went wrong? Arjun thought carefully. I tried to remember every line, he said. And when I forgot everything and stopped, Mira nodded. That is the problem, she said. Memorizing is not speaking. Arjun looked confused. Then, what is speaking? He asked. Mira took a piece of paper. She drew three circles. Speaking has three parts, she said. Thought, feeling, words. When you only memorize words, she explained, you lose your thought. And when you lose your thought, you lose your voice. Arjun listened carefully. From today, Mira said, you will not memorize speeches. You will speak ideas. Ideas? Arjun said. Yes, she said. Let me show you. She gave him a simple topic, my village. Don't write a speech, he said. She said. Just think of three ideas. Arjun thought, then said, first, my village is peaceful. Second, people are kind. Third, I love the river. Good, Mira said. Now speak. Arjun hesitated. No full script. He asked. No script? She smiled. Arjun took a deep breath. My village is peaceful, he said slowly. There is no noise. He paused, thought, then continued. People in my village are very kind. He stopped again, but this time he didn't panic. He thought, then spoke again and again. I love the river in my village because it makes me feel calm. He finished. Mira clapped softly. See, she said, you didn't forget. Arjun's eyes lit up. Yes, he said, I was thinking, not memorizing. Exactly, Mira said. When you think, you can always speak. From that day, Arjun practiced differently. He stopped writing full speeches. Instead, he wrote small points, ideas, and feelings. He practiced speaking freely, sometimes slow, sometimes broken, but always real. Days passed, and slowly his confidence returned, stronger than before. One evening, Mira gave him another challenge. Tomorrow, she said, you will speak in front of the whole class again. Arjun smiled. This time, he was not afraid. The next day, he stood in front of the class. No paper, no memorized lines, just ideas in his mind. My topic is learning, he began. I was afraid before, but now I understand. Mistakes are my teachers. He paused, looked around, smiled, then continued. I am not perfect, but I am improving. His words were simple but powerful. When he finished, the class clapped louder than before. But this time, Arjun didn't feel surprised. He felt ready. After class, Mira came to him. You see the difference? She asked. Arjun nodded. Yes, he said. I am not trying to be perfect anymore. I am trying to be real. That night, he opened his notebook again and wrote, I don't need perfect words. I need clear thoughts. And for the first time, he felt like a true speaker.
Listen carefully. Fluency is not about remembering words, it is about expressing ideas. When you stop chasing perfection, you start discovering your real voice. Arjun didn't become powerful by learning more words, he became powerful by trusting his thoughts. So, next time you speak, don't try to be perfect. Just be clear, just be real, because your voice is stronger than your fear. After learning how to speak with ideas, Arjun changed completely. He no longer feared forgetting words. He no longer feared forgetting words because now he trusted his thoughts. One day, something unexpected happened. The school received an invitation, a big event in the city, a youth interaction program. Students from different schools would come together. There would be discussions, activities, and one special session, Speak Your Story. Mira walked into the class with the news. Only one student from our school will go, she said. The class became silent. Everyone was curious. Mira looked around, then said one name, Arjun. Arjun? For a moment, Arjun couldn't believe it. Me? He asked. Yes, Mira said. This is your next step. Arjun felt excited but also nervous. This was not just a school event, this was bigger, new people, new place, new pressure. The day arrived. Arjun went to the city with Mira. The venue was huge. Students from many schools were there. Some spoke fluent English. Some were very confident. Some looked like natural speakers. For a second, Arjun felt that old fear again. Do I belong here? He thought. Then he remembered I don't need perfect English. I need real thoughts. The event started. There were group discussions, activities, conversations. In one session, Arjun sat in a circle with other students. The topic was dreams and fear. One student spoke fluently. One student spoke fluently, another used big words, another spoke very fast. Then it was Arjun's turn. All eyes were on him. He took a deep breath and spoke, My dream is to speak without fear. The group became quiet. I was afraid before he continued. I could not speak even one sentence. He paused, thought, then continued. But I started with one sentence. The students were listening carefully. I made many mistakes, he said. People laughed at me, but I didn't stop. His voice became stronger. Today I am still learning, but I am not afraid anymore. Silence, deep silence. Then one girl said, That was honest. Another student said, I can relate to you. A voice smiled and said, You are brave. Arjun felt something powerful. Connection, not because of perfect English, but because of real truth. Later, during the final session, something unexpected happened. The host came on stage. We need one volunteer, he said, to come forward and share their story with everyone. The hall was full, hundreds of students, teachers, and guests. No one moved. Arjun's heart started beating fast again. This was a big moment, a real test. His mind said, stay quiet. But his heart said, try. For a few seconds, he stood still. Then slowly, he raised his hand. The host smiled. Yes, you, please come in. Arjun walked to the stage. The stage was bigger than any he had seen. He stood in front of the microphone. Look at the crowd, so many faces. But this time, he didn't try to remember anything. He just spoke. My name is Arjun. I was afraid to speak English. The hall became silent. I thought I was not good enough, but I was wrong. He paused, looked around, then said, I didn't become perfect. I just didn't stop. His voice was clear, stronger, and real. When you are afraid, he said, start small. One sentence, one step. Because courage comes first and confidence comes later. When he finished, there was silence for a second. Then suddenly, the entire hall stood up, clapping loud, powerful, and endless. A standing ovation. Arjun stood there, his eyes filled with emotion, not because he spoke perfect English, but because he found his true voice. That day, Arjun didn't just speak, he inspired. Understand this deeply. People don't connect with perfect English, they connect with real stories. Arjun didn't win hearts with big words, he won hearts with honesty. So don't wait to become perfect, don't wait to feel ready. Speak your truth, share your story, because somewhere someone needs to hear your voice, and maybe that voice is yours. After the event in the city, Arjun returned to school, but something had changed. Not just inside him, but around him. Students started looking at him differently, not as the quiet boy, but as someone confident, someone brave, someone who could speak. One day, during lunch break, a younger student came to him. Bhaiya, he said softly, can you help me with English? Arjun was surprised. Me? He asked. Yes, the boy said. I am afraid to speak like you were before. For a moment, Arjun saw his past in that boy. The fear, the hesitation, the silence. He smiled gently. Yes, he said, I will help you. That evening, Arjun thought deeply. I learned because someone guided me. He thought, now it's my turn. The next day, he went to Mira. Ma'am, he said, I want to help others learn English. Mira smiled. I was waiting for this, she said. They started a small English practice group after school under a tree, simple, no classroom, no pressure. At first, only three students came, shy, nervous, just like Arjun once was. Arjun stood in front of them. For a second, he felt nervous again. Can I teach? He thought. in her mind. Then he remembered, I don't need to be perfect, I just need to be real. He smiled and said, let's start with one sentence. The students looked confused. Say anything, he said simple English. One student said, my name is Ravi. Another said, I am scared. Arjun smiled. Good, he said. Now say it again. They replied slowly, slowly. Louder, Arjun said. They tried again. This time a little stronger. Days passed. More students joined. 5, 10, 15. The small group became bigger. But Arjun kept it simple. No fear, he said. No perfect English, only practice. He taught them what Mira taught him. Speak daily, think in English, don't memorize, express ideas. One day, a girl said, people laugh when I speak. Arjun nodded his head and said, yes, they laughed at me too. The group became silent. But listen, he continued. They laughed when I was weak. They stopped when I became stronger. The student listened carefully. Your job is not to stop them, Arjun said. Your job is to continue. Those words stayed with them. Weeks passed. Something beautiful happened. Students who were once silent started speaking. Students who were afraid started trying. Students who were shy started smiling. One day, Mira came and watched quietly. She didn't interrupt, she just observed. After the session, she called Arjun. You have grown, she said. Arjun smiled. Because you taught me, he replied. Mira shook her head. No, she said. You learned and now you are helping others learn. She paused and said, then something powerful. This is true success. That night, Arjun opened his notebook again. He looked at the first page. I'm afraid. He turned the second page. I am learning. I can speak. Then he went to a new page and wrote, I can help others speak. And for the first time, he didn't just feel like a learner. He felt like a leader. Remember this. Your journey is not just about you. When you grow, you have the power to lift others. Arjun didn't become great by speaking alone. He became great by helping others speak. So, if you are learning English today, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, teach it, encourage someone because real confidence is not just speaking for yourself. It is helping others find their voice. Then time passed. Arjun was no longer just a student. He was becoming a guide, a leader, someone others looked up to. His English group was growing. Students were improving. Confidence was spreading. Everything seemed to be going well. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Mira called Arjun after class. Arjun, she said, I have something important to tell you. Her voice was calm but serious. There is a national level program, she said. A program for students who show leadership and communication skills. Arjun listened carefully. You have been selected, she said. For a moment, everything stopped. Selected? Arjun asked. Yes, Mira nodded his head. This is a big opportunity for you. What do I have to do? Arjun asked. Mira took a deep breath. You will go to another city, she said. You will meet new people. You will speak in English in front of experts. Arjun's heart started beating fast again. This was bigger than anything before. Not school, not local events. This was national level event. What if I fail again? He thought in his mind again and again. Fear returned stronger than before. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He walked outside, looked at the sky, thought deeply. I came so far, he said to himself, but this is too big. His mind was full of doubt. What if I am not good enough? What if I make mistakes again? What if I lose everything I will? For the first time in many days, he thought about quitting. The next day, he went to Mira. Ma'am, he said slowly, I don't think I can do this. Mira looked at him quickly. Why? Arjun took a deep breath. I am afraid, he said. Mira nodded his head and said, I know. But listen carefully, Arjun. This is not your old fear. Arjun looked confused. This fear, she said, is the fear of growth. He stayed silent. When you were afraid before, she continued, you were running away from English. But now, you are afraid because you are moving forward. Those words hit him deeply. Tell me, Mira said, what is your biggest dream? Arjun thought, then said, I want to speak confidently anywhere. Mira smiled. Then this is your moment, she said. But what if I fail? Arjun asked again. Mira stopped. Mira stepped closer and said, then fail at a bigger level? Arjun was surprised. Failing small will keep you small, she said. But trying big will make you grow big. Silence. Arjun looked down. Then slowly he smiled. I will go, he said. Mira nodded his head and said, that's my student. The journey began. Arjun traveled to a new city. Everything was different, bigger, faster, more competitive. Participants came from all over the country, confident, fluent, experienced. For a moment, Arjun felt small again. But then he remembered his journey. I started with one sentence. He thought I didn't stop. The program began. There was sessions, group discussions, presentations. And finally, the main event. Each student had to present their ideas on stage in English. Arjun's turn was coming. His heart was beating fast. But this time, he didn't try to stop it. He smiled. This is my growth, he thought in his mind. He walked onto the stage. The lights were bright. The audience was serious. Experts were watching. But Arjun was calm. He didn't think about perfect words. He didn't think about winning. He only thought about one thing, be real. My name is Arjun, he began. I was afraid to speak English. And just like that, his journey became his strength. He spoke not perfectly but honestly. He shared his story, his fear, his growth, his courage. When he finished, there was silence. Not empty silence, powerful silence. Then came applause, stronger, respectful, real. That day, Arjun didn't just face his fear, he walked through it and came out stronger than ever. Let's understand. Your biggest opportunity will scare you the most because they are meant to grow you. Arjun could have said no, he could have stayed safe. But he chose to move forward, and that choice changed everything. So, when life gives you a big chance, don't run. Step forward, even if your voice shakes, because that one step can change your entire future. After the national level program, Arjun returned home, but now he was not the same person. He had faced his biggest fears. He had spoken on big stages. He had met people from different places. He had proven something important not to others but to himself. Days passed, it became normal again school, classes, practice group. But something new was waiting. One day, the school organized a special event, a big annual function. Parents, teachers, guests, everyone would be there. The principal made an announcement. This year, we want one student to give the final speech. The hall became silent. There was no surprise, no fear, just a calm smile. The day of the event arrived. The hall was full, lights were bright, energy was high. Arjun stood backstage waiting. He closed his eyes for a moment. He remembered everything. The first day when he couldn't speak, the laughter, the fear, the silence. The notebook, I am afraid, Mira's voice, just one sentence. The small steps, the mistakes, the courage. The stage where he fell, the moment he cried, the day he stood up again, the time he helped others, the big stage, the big fear, the big step. Everything came together. His name was called. Please welcome Arjun. He walked onto the stage slowly, confidently. He stood in front of the microphone, looked at the audience. This time, he didn't see a crowd. He saw a journey. He smiled and began. Good evening, everyone. His voice was clear, stronger, natural. My name is Arjun, and once I was afraid to speak. The audience became silent. I was scared of making mistakes. I was scared of people laughing. I was scared of being judged. But today, I am standing here. Not because I am perfect, but because I didn't stop. The hall was completely still. I started with one sentence. I made many mistakes. But every day I tried. His voice became deeper, stronger. I learned something important. Confidence is not beginning. Courage is the beginning of your English communication. He looked around and courage is one small step. Some some people nodded, some smiled. If you are afraid today, good. It means you are ready to grow. Silence, deep silence. Don't wait to become perfect. Start now. Speak now because your voice matters. He finished. For a moment, there was silence. Then suddenly, the entire hall stood up, clapping loud, proud, and endless things. A standing ovation. Arjun stood there, not as the boy who was afraid, but as the boy who became fearless. He looked at Mira. She smiled, not just with pride, but with belief, because she knew Arjun didn't just learn English, he found himself. So, friend, this is not just Arjun's story, it is your story too. You may feel afraid, you may feel stuck, you may feel like you are not good enough. But listen carefully. You don't need perfect English. You don't need perfect confidence. You just need one small step. That is one sentence, one moment of courage. Because that is how every journey begins. So from today, don't stay silent. Don't wait. Don't doubt yourself. Speak, try, and grow because your voice is powerful and the world is waiting to hear it. So, friend, remember this. You don't need perfect English to start speaking. You just need the courage to begin, like Arjun. Your journey starts with one sentence, one small step, one moment of bravery. And maybe today, that moment is now. So don't wait, only speak because your voice matters. If this video is helpful for you, then please comment in the comment box that I like this story and I want to learn English and share with your all friends and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.